Ooh, welcome back to more Minecraft. Hello, everybody. Hello, Sergeant Sunshine. Hello, Squishy. Hello, Air. Hello, DJ. Hello, Meerkat. Hello, Mget. Hello, Tom. ST. I think that's everybody. Guys, I've got my Mio. I have spent... I wanted to start streaming between 1 and 2 p.m. today. For reference for those watching later, it's now 6:30. I have spent all of that time trying to get No Man's Sky working. Right back at everybody. Right back at everybody. I have uninstalled and reinstalled it at least 3 times today. Nuking various configuration files and symlinks to configuration files and Proton installations. And yes, Meerkat, I was testing. Squishy says, I'm sorry No Man's Sky didn't work out, Skippy. Hugs. Thank you for the hugs. I appreciate it. I had a hankering. I had a craving for some No Man's Sky. And while I know it's not many members of chat's favorite, I really enjoy the game. And I can't play it now. So it's been over a week since I sent in my support request to Hello Games. Every time I had a break, Skippy is playing No Man's Sky. Man, I was trying, but I got the same crash error message every single time. Tom says, ugh, I'm sorry that's not working. Thank you. It's the only game, it was the only casualty of when I upgraded Pop! OS to the newest version that uses Wayland, which OBS doesn't fully well, OBS sort of supports, but at a very reduced functionality, and a lot of my other shit just doesn't work. It was flat out not working. Window management was flat out not working. So I rolled it back, and that was hairy. But I got it to work, and then it has worked great since I rolled it back, except for No Man's Sky. So, Tom says, I think Alone With You is borked on my computer as well, and I can't figure out why. Yeah, I would love for any of my searches or inquiries to actually find someone, but... yeah, I could pester, I guess, in the No Man's Sky Discord. I just now remembered that I'm in it. I'm a member of it. I've got it muted. But it's a very specific case. Like, it's a very specific situation. You know, you take the people that are playing on Linux, you know, under Steam. And then you reduce that by the people that are, you know, playing it specifically on Pop! OS. And then have had, which I think the issue is that the graphics driver rolled forward or changed version significantly, or version type, when I moved to the new version, and then when it rolled back, it's still trying to use what the newer version of the OS was using. I think that's what the issue is. But like, how many people have done that? It's like, what, 4? Total? So I don't know. So it's difficult. I want to just do a full reset, a full complete reset and uninstall. But that hasn't worked. I haven't found a way to fully do that because of the way that Steam distributes its files for the game. There's no way to know, like, have you cleared all of its caches out, all of its little storage areas of every configuration file or configuration file backup. You know, that it's going to try to pull back in and then be exactly where it was when you started. Like, I don't know how to track all of that down. So it's been a big old headache. And funny enough, I actually woke up with a migraine. Around 1 is when it went away, when the medicine kicked in and the coffee and the food, like, did its thing. Cranky! Thank you. Thank you for that sub, and you got a dig hole. Dig deep in the hole. That's right. I just keep digging holes, but that's mostly verbally with people. Anywho, so I have no idea. Like, while I was waiting for uninstalls and reinstalls to do their thing, I went and looked, like, at the map, the Minecraft server map. I'm like, what can I do that I haven't finished already? What can I get in and update or upgrade? And I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure. So that is where I am at currently. But we are going to play Minecraft. We are going to get into Minecraft. Quick reminder, the captions, I do have closed captions on and functional, at least on my side. So you should be able to find that somewhere, depending on how you're watching the stream. Tom says, I heard honestly, but then realized Space Pickle isn't here. Yep, honestly. Who throws a shoe? Space Pickle could be here soon. I don't know. Maybe he's recovering from his birthday party yesterday. Izzy, my tattoo is gone. Like, the backing is still there, but the temporary tattoo itself just completely came off in the shower. So, also, yeah, so that's, apparently my joining of the gang was temporary. That's how it goes sometimes. She says the gang didn't last long. That's right. I don't know if Izzy's stuck on mobile or whatever. I don't know how her temporary tattoo lasted. But I had a good time. It was very good old video games and good beverages and noms and really cool people watching. Izzy says mine did the same thing. So sad, right? But very cool people watching as well. I had a great time. And I got to pester the crap out of Izzy and Treos' kids, which was also amazing and fun. They, just like my kids, and just like every other kid I know, they are, however, infected with this terrible growth disease, where they just keep getting frickin' taller. That pizza was amazing. Especially that, I have to say my favorite was the artichoke and pesto pizza. Space Pickle says, can't be live without you. What do you miss? You missed that the tattoo washed away. The backing stayed, but the sword, tip and all, washed away immediately. So I guess we're no longer in your gang, Space Pickle. But yeah, the pizza you had was just so good. Also, the cake was delicious. And that also you missed that fantastic people are here in the chat. So there. Space Wheel says, I made that temp tattoo design in like 20 seconds. Good job. Yeah, the cherry chip cake. Alright. Yes. Turns out, though, and this is weird, but Space Pickle is still younger than me. But good news, Treos and Cranky are older than me. I think Cranky's older than me. Alright, let's, also, Tom, how about that Discord server drama? Anywho, Cranky says, graduated high school best and last of the 80s. So thanks. So yeah, I graduated high school in 95. Right, Tom? It's like I didn't think I did. Yeah, right? I feel the same. I'm just over there sipping my Mio. As certain people just don't seem to catch a hint. Ember Lantern says I started high school in 95. Hi, Ember Lantern, baby. You baby. Space Wheels says my child wrote in magnetic letters, I love my 48-year-old dad. Well, actually, I mean, technically, that's the same age as me now until May. Tom says, I have said my piece already. I don't feel like I need to say anything else. Yeah, I agree. Nice. Ember Lantern, as soon as I said it, I knew that it would be interpreted that way. Tom says, I was 5 years old in 96. Talking. I'm glad you own a house, Tom. Listen, Tom, despite you being so young, you're still pretty cool. Squishy says, I own something too. Yes, you do, Squishy. You have also purchased a house. Tom says, well, my boyfriend owns the house. He just lets me live there as long as I pay half the mortgage, right? Squishy says, I was 6 to 7 in 96. Izzy says, Ember Lantern, I think that means you're the same age as my sister. Ember Ledger says I'm secretly your brother. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, look. So I don't know what I want to do at this point. I went and put all the things back. Well, let's go and look at what we did. Llama. Space because you missed my. That's so wild it doesn't even hit Tom. What? What doesn't hit Tom? That Tom owns a house? Space Pickle, I'm going to need you to have, you know, context. Did I miss your comment also, Space Pickle, or did I just ignore it? So the first build was the underwater. Squishy says, but yeah, I'm a 1989 baby. Berlin Wall breaking down and all that. Yeah. Space People says, I can't help it if your context maker is a sieve. Oh, you're just as bad as me when you stream. I don't even want to hear it. Alright, so we built a little shack, but it's a bigger shack than the old shack. And now we fall! And we got the canal is this way. The awesome redoing of the canal that Izzy is doing. It's fantastic. Funky little shack. That's right. I like how the sea lantern and the prismarine contrast with the nether brick and the wood, the two different kinds of wood. I like how that works. So we're just going out of the hi Mosier. Hello, Mosier. Yeah, and it's got 2 mines. And plenty of exits out under the water. I added a bunch of kelp. Also, and we have our double nested conduit. It's in water, which is in air, which is underwater. It's perfect. No notes, as the kids say. Ember Lantern says, I was only 8. You were only 8 when? Oh, in 89? Yeah, in 89, I was 12. We got this nice little area up there. We've got the tree farm, which will probably never grow any trees. I'll double nest your conduit. Thanks, Ember Lantern. 1 second, Squishy will do the butt. I also noticed that this last piece of dirt isn't getting grass grown on it, so I don't know if we're just not... But the eggs are laying... But the chickens are dropping eggs. So clearly, like, server time is progressing in this room. I don't know what the deal is. So let's give people the exercises they've asked for and redeemed. Got 5 butt squats for Squishy and 5 jumping jacks for Ember Lantern. All right, here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we do 5 jumping jacks. Get out of the way of the light. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There you guys go. 5 butt squats for Squishy and 5 jumping jacks for Ember Lantern. Alright. Ember Lantern says, hey y'all, 6'7" turns out to be an old meme wrapped in a trench coat. If you're old enough, what's 6'7"? 68. I don't think it's the 42 meme. I think that's a coincidence. I don't think it comes from Douglas Adams's Life, the Universe, and Everything, or Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But I have seen that proposed. It's exactly so that you ask. Right, exactly. So then we redid the storage area. I think I'm most proud of the floor in here and the sea lantern being sort of encapsulated in the fence. I'm kind of proud of that. And then I duplicated the floor of that main room with the conduit over here on this balcony on the second level. Of course, we replaced all the jack-o'-lanterns with sea lanterns, and all of the granite and stuff with different forms of prismarine. And then we redid the farm area in here. And I ordered the pumpkins and the melons in such a way as to prevent a lot of the crisscross growing that they were doing. And I think we added a little bit more carrots and a little bit more patatas as well. And then we raised the ceiling. In a lot of places, the main goal was to raise the ceiling so as to not feel claustrophobic. GJ says, and show that you are not part of the digital culture that spawned 6'7". Lantern says, shut up, Dave, you buzzkill. I won't. It's my goddamn stream. Space Pickle says, glad you raised the roof. Me too. Me too. Jerk face. I'm not a jerk face. You're a jerk face. I'm going to actually go all the way back, and then we'll go to the... DJ says, I just know because my sisters have kids. Yep. Oh, man. I think Monkey Link Mega has a more negative reaction to the brain rot things than people my age do. He hates it. Tom says, hey, who's calling people jerk faces? Me, probably. Space Pickle says, eventually it would be fun to make a tunnel from underwater castle to you. Yeah, it would, absolutely would be. I mean, there's that straight hallway. That straight glass hallway that would work well for that. All right, and now we're back up here. And now we run. And we go to the battlement tower over here. Which, the only thing we did any real major renovations on was the tower itself. We moved, instead of having the living area be hanging off the side of it, I moved it to the top. Wait, no murder. I'm too tired to overthink, says DJ. That's tired. This stairway we didn't change. We did sort of replace the nether brick stuff with a bunch of different types of stone brick, and we extended the farm out all the way to the side of the hill. And we redid the walls. We left them in place. Where they were was good. We just redid what stones. I just redid what stones they were made of, to give a bit of a texture and what Ember Lantern calls a gradient. We also added sort of some grass in between the castle and the path. DJ says, one day I'll regale you with my tales of Greece. Seems slippery. The wall isn't a gradient. Oh, I mean, the floor? You mean the floor was a gradient? That's right. You called the floor a gradient on the inside. So once we go into the courtyard, also I redid this a little bit as well. And these guys, and there were way too many cows. No, I forgot about this. Hold on. Just gonna eat some fishies. This thing that the border around the floor that I did, Ember Lantern referred to as a gradient. Your face is a gradient. That's true. I did some cracked and some vined stone brick, and that went all the way up as well. We added. We went with the. There was a lot of acacia because that's what was growing around here when Ember Lantern originally built it. So I tried to work a lot of orange in, and a lot of acacia bits in, and the green just went really well with it. Ember Lantern says the floor goes from light to dark to light gradually. You know, like a gradient. Yeah, that's fair. You know what else is a gradient? What were we talking about? So this took like 3 or 4 streams, I think, to do. A hill. We were talking about a hill. Are you dying on that hill? That's not. Like I did the little walkway. I also gave it some support looking structures so that it looks like it's supported. I mean, there's no other really way to put that. I also filled in the hill. It was mostly hollow inside, so I filled it in with dirt and junk rock. Sandstone mostly, I think. You're so supportive. I see what you did there, Ember Lantern. And we updated the bridge. I updated the bridge a little bit. Izzy helped me on a lot of it. Did some glowy ink application as well. Oh, let's check. Let's go around the. Actually, let's do this. Go around the other side. I added a support over here as well. It's a little bit more difficult to see. Gotta get the right angle. Oh, for the love of cheese. Dirt and punk rock. Yeah, it is really actually difficult to see. There it is. Now you can see it. You can see the support. So so that the overhang didn't look like it was floating. So yeah, that's what I've been doing since I've been playing Minecraft. I started out coming back to Minecraft because the EA app had wouldn't allow me to run Mass Effect 2, and then I just kept going with Minecraft because I was getting a whole lot of positive good feels from seeing the changes that I was making have an immediate effect. And I needed that more than I even realized. Also, I wonder how deep this goes into the mine. Oh, it does not. That answers that question. Sploosh. Though we could we could hide like a chest back there and put some treasure in it, because the treasure in video games is always behind a waterfall. Always. Originally, also, I did remember that I wanted to maybe I was considering building out a tunnel to here. Actually, let's do this. Let's go get some more air. Go back under again. Where'd it go? There it is. So I'm not sure what this one's all about, other than maybe some sort of intermediary, like, oxygen breathing space. You could see the domes from here. Secret tunnel. That's right, DJ. Thank you, Duffy. But now, hello.
What's up?
Just, Minecraft.
Oh, is that the weird triangle under the water that I...
Yes. Yes, that's not anything. I didn't know who built it. But, Squishy says, hi, Duffy.
What's up, Squishy?
But Space Pickle is building something down here.
Whoa. Always Space Pickle going above and beyond for no reason.
I mean, and now we're inside the conduit. So now I can breathe. Right. Oh! I see it's still full of water. You're building the castle with the water in it. Interesting. Interesting. But I suppose with the conduit there, it's just fine. Space Wheel says, not sure if I want to erase the water or not. Gotcha.
Could be aesthetic.
Your face could be aesthetic.
How
Bam,
dare.
nailed it. Pretty easily, actually. Mosher says, who needs stairs if you can swim? I mean, that's true. That's like why there's no real stairs in No Man's Sky, because you've got the jetpack. Anywho, I have no idea what to do next. I went back to the... oh, actually, hold on. I can teleport there. I don't need to... I went and just sort of idled in the nether and let the let my cart go back and forth between along the place I put all that copper stuff to try to speed up the copper tarnishing. So this is the regular spawn. There's the nether brick castle over there. We go here. There's the teleporter to the big old crow, the raven, the black raven. And so now I can get I've got my cart out already. And Go here. I brought all of those ink sacks that Izzy gave me back here so that I could put them in my Irish castle. Tom says exactly. Right now, I'm vexed by trying to build perfect snowboys in Animal Crossing. How do you build a snowboy in Animal Crossing? I'm not sure how that works. I assume it's the Animal Crossing version that was popular during the lockdown. The one that received the update recently. But yeah, usually I just take the nether rail here. But I went over here and I checked to make sure that the pantry hadn't been raided. Because, you know, you got to watch out for those pantry raids. Tom says 2 snowballs spawn every day, and you could roll them around in the snow. Oh, okay. Usually I can build one perfect snowboy each season. Ah. TG says Twitch won't load on my TV, and I'm losing my mind. Seems rude of it. Tom says, but the fact that I'm not consistent is irritating. Also, I trained these 2 puppers that Izzy left me, but I have no idea what to do with them. I don't know why their collars have gone back to red, but when I try to give them bones, all they do is like they do this where they get up or sit down. They won't eat the bones anymore. They're already trained to me, but I don't know why their collars are red instead of purple. They used to be purple, I thought, but I could be wrong. Also, yeah, Izzy says, I took my dog. These 2 are for you to tame. Just feed them bones, which I did. Burn it to the DJ. Oh no. When Izzy advises fire. See, we've got even rafter beams, you guys. I did rafter beams in this whole place. We got the big old fireplace. Big old table with cake and candles. This is kind of what the birthday party was like. We sang happy birthday. DJ says, listen. You could be wrong. I mean, burn which to the ground? Are we burning Twitch to the ground, or are we burning the, this is the apiary that I redid from something that I had built ages and ages and ages ago. I added flowers and sheep and chickens and bees. And the bees, I don't have my clippers with me, but you could take shears and you get out honeycomb from the hives. And the bees are friendly if you smoke them. That doesn't sound right. If you add the campfires underneath the beehives, you know, smoking out a beehive, it was a happy bee day. I'm glad. A friend gave me a 3D printed dumpster on fire today. That sounds like my life. And I also built, there was a second building that I built way back in the day, and I filled it out here with some flooring and some roofing, and there's a bunch of floors, and it goes up, and then it goes up, and then it goes up. But I don't have anything to do with it. It's just polished granite. That's it. And, you know, that's fine and everything, because I had built a lot of things out of this polished diorite, and that was what I was trying to do, is build things out of the junk rock. And that's what I did here. Like, I built the atrium out of polished diorite. Originally, the castle was mostly out of polished andesite. And then this is that. It was built into the side of the mountain. But if you go through it, it leads through the mountain to one of my copper mines, because I had to spawn a new chunk to get copper after the update. Izzy says that is awesome. DJ says smoking bees. Get smoked, nerd bees, says Ember Lantern. Izzy says toking bees. Ember Lantern says get some mangrove, rough it up a bit. Through the mountain. I'm not gonna go through the mountain at night. I'm gonna go all the way upstairs to the bedrooms of the castle and sleep through the night up there. This is the pantry. It says do not raid. We've got a lot of pantry raids that happened. But we gotta go all the way upstairs. I do need to get some glow ink and do the signs in the castle. But this was one of my first reworks. So there's not a whole lot of, there's, you know, cracked stone and stuff everywhere. But yeah, no, not panty raids, Ember Lantern, pantry raids. There's a difference. But we've got guest rooms. This castle has guest rooms, you guys. I used a lot of cracked stone in this, apparently. Lots of cracked stone brick. And then of course there's the library. I'm pretty proud of the library. Also the bath, the communal bathroom. Not water closet, mind you. Bathroom. We need some lanterns and candles going for ambiance. Anyway. Oh no, Easy Joy. And then we've got our kitchen for the whole place. Oh my god. Who did this? Why? And who did this and why? Izzy says, I'm so delayed listening to you on mobile. Yeah, you'll have that. Almost tried to ruin my cabinetry. Those aren't guest rooms. Those are cells. No. I disagree. Those are guest rooms. You cannot lock people inside there against their will. Therefore, guest rooms. And Izzy says, and I didn't do that. It's been a while since I've been here, or anybody's been here probably, so I have no idea who did it. Alright, let's go through the mountain for Ember Lantern, and we'll go check out the mine. And the road I built to the mine, was the pantry raided? It was not. Road to Copper Mine. Ember Lantern says, it wasn't me, but it would have been if I'd been there. That's fair. I don't think, like, it's been a little while since I've been here. Oh, I'm still wearing the, hold on. Don't need that helmet for this. Again, with using up the junk rock as I'm building. I like to get rid of the gravel and the cobble and stuff when I'm building tunnels. And replace it with rock or stone that looks worked. But also, this was before I switched to using the 80 bajillion frog lights that Izzy has given to me. Made a nice little walkway all the way over because I had to go a ways to get to a chunk that hadn't been spawned yet. Also, there is an entrance around here somewhere. There's an entrance to under a cavern. There it is. That I haven't gone exploring, but you can see there's copper right there. I did not ask Izzy for more frog lights. No, Ember Lantern. That is not what you heard. Mosier, I'm not digging. I'm just showing off. I'm giving a tour of, you know, the stuff I've worked on recently. Because I don't know what else to do right now. I'm trying to figure out what else I want to do. I'll take that, but why is there a lead? And did a zombie get to a llama or something? From Skippy's castle to Skippy's castle. That's weird phrasing. Why did I write it like that? Yeah, Skippy's copper mine. Not yours. It's mine, not yours. But yeah, so this goes you know, several layers deep. If you look at the map, I've done some extensive mining in here. I think less so on this level. No, I've done quite a bit on this level as well, it appears. Yep, I sure have. Moser says you could make a Froglight's message only visible while Izzy is flying about. I could do that. That is a thing I could do. I think you missed a spot in your mines. Probably several spots because there's water that likes to come in. You know, this water. We've got the lone ominous banner up there. Anyway, that's the copper mine. Would such a message be visible on the map? Yeah, it probably would be. And Blader says, dang it, how am I supposed to stir shit if you take everything I say seriously? Why would you want to stir shit, though, Ember Lantern? That seems kind of mean. Anywho, plenty of room for building if people wanted to come out here and build. But there's so much. The map is just so ginormous. Because I'm a shit stirrer. Doug. Okay, Doug. Ember Lantern says, I hate your face. Worth it. You wanted to go through the mountain. We went through the mountain. So, fucking deal. I was singing the song. Which song? But you took me seriously. I don't know what song you're talking about. Secret tunnel! Anywho. This cage had to be built because the sheep would not stop going out of this area into the tunnels. Squishy Ho redeemed 5 squats. Emily says, oh my god, you're doing it on purpose. How dare you reverse troll me, sir? You want butt squats, huh, Squishy? Alright, we'll do butt squats. And Tom has also redeemed 5 squats. Alright, we'll get some squats in. We'll do all 10 of those as reverse squats. We'll do that. We'll do 10 more butt squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squats. There you go, guys. 10 butt squats. Ember Lantern says they don't know squat. Squishy says but. Squishy is a motorboat. Alright. I am going to take the nether rail to the next spot. Or I'm going to eat some fish first. Now we're going to go take the nether rail to the next spot. Squishy's a motorbutt? What? Motorboat. Or people are motorboating Squishy. I don't know how any of this works. It's possible. Name the show? I don't know the show. Squishy says, yes, please motorboat me. Dang! Alright, Squishy. Amberland says, you sound like a motorboat. Motorbutt? Motorbutt? I do not like the sound of that. I don't know what show that's from. Ember Lantern. Babylon 5, OMG, how dare. Do you know how long it's been? We have been over this. It's been... I haven't watched that show since I was in college. Living in the dorms. That sounds like a you problem. Is it? Is it, Ember Lantern? Is that a me problem? Is it? Is it? Berlander says, I'm going to make it a you prop. That makes more sense that you would do that. So I picked up some pork chops to make for dinner tomorrow. That's going to be fun. I picked up extras. Like, I picked up a bunch because I like leftovers. I might marinate them. What's poke chops? Oh, poke like pork. I see. Squishy says, don't threaten him with a good time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Ember Lantern says, but that's like half of our relationship. So, I don't know that I'd call it threatening. What? What? Chat. So is he the little wonderful dragon guy, that 3D printed guy that you gave me yesterday? By the way, we do need to host an intervention. Did you say he had a magnet in him? Because I haven't been able to get him to stick to anything magnetic, and it doesn't look like there are any lines or places where a magnet could have been inserted in the little dragon guy. And Belinda says, I like how he says chat and he really just means me. What do you mean? What do you mean, Ember Lantern? What do you mean? I would... DJ joined the game. Hell yes. Welcome on in, DJ. Always happy to see you join in. Hello. So, originally at this spot, is it night? It is. Originally at this spot, I had started to build a pagoda. In fact, one of the clips is me stripping wood for the pagoda. that I was building. However, I just stopped building it and never wanted to build it again. I kept, and then Alex built this giant pagoda over near the original spawn area, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm just done. I don't want to build more pagodas. So I tore down the pagoda, the beginnings of it, and I built this. It has magnets in its hands to stick to another figure. Ah, nothing for it to stick to the wall. DJ says, do we have cavern cute things somewhere? Hanging vines, moss, the dust flowers. Well, there's some hanging vines right here. Oh, my doorbell just finished charging. The moss, I think... the cave moss I've seen around, but I don't have any extras of, I don't think. I might... in the main room of my sandstone sanctuary. There's also, as far as, what was the other thing you mentioned? Dust flowers I have no idea about. But yeah, I built this Greek temple looking thing, sort of duder here. And we built, and with some Minecraft deity statues inside. Now, there's also another place on the map that has a different flavor of one of these statues on it. At least one. I don't know if anyone else has built one yet. Izzy was talking about building one as well. But yeah, so I built this here. And if you follow this road, it goes to a village that Izzy and Treos and her kids built, or rather enhanced, with an extremely fast boat ride on ice that leads to, I think, one of Space Pickle's secret bases. I think. DJ's in a boat. Nice. Also, if you go back the other way, or go through the other nether portal at that same station, there is the beginnings of a build that Space Pickle started over here. If you go back this way, that's where the rail station comes up. If you go back this way, Space Pickle built the ice road for the boats. Ah, gotcha. And also the hovering dirt path here. Oh, maybe, but I thought you built the top of it. You could see that Space Pickle sort of built out the ground layer here. She's on a boat, motherfucker. Nice. And this, you can see on the map that this is a nice big curve that Space Pickle built and cleared out an entire gigantic square here to build something. I don't remember what the build was going to be, but also two beacons here. And these beacons were not put in with creative. They were put in by actually defeating withers. There are a bunch of beacons everywhere lately because you know, people have been defeating the withers. Two bacon, says Ember Lantern. Needs more bacons. Space Pickle says, I figured I would figure it out later. I did not. Fair enough. So, I may steal this. I don't know. Maybe I'll give Space Pickle an idea that is like an underwater castle, but not underwater. I don't know. And that takes us back here to the other side. Why are you guys just spawning in here? Huh? It's kind of rude. Kind of rude. Get off the tracks. You are on the tracks. Get off the tracks. Bye. So this is the copper that I was trying to get to tarnish more quickly. This was another rail enhancement I did to make it less boring. Also known as Just a Castle. Ember Lantern, listen, I don't need your anti-creative commentary. Like, it's hurtful and hard. It's not helpful at all.
Izzy, that's not helping.
That's right. That's right. Giving the server some hiccups, but you can see the tarnishing is starting to set in. But of course, if no one takes the nether rail places, then these chunks don't get activated, so the tarnishing doesn't ever take effect. Eventually, it'll look pretty close to this green. Moss can multiply, I think, but only if you use bone meal. I think, DJ, but I'm not 100%. Emberlinda says, DJ, you have to bone meal it, and it converts stone. It also converts grass. Cool potatoes? Yeah. I mean, there's also hot potatoes. Hot potato. Anyway. Number later says chunk load the whole server and you won't have the copper problem /troll. He says, well, I want cool potatoes, okay? You are absolutely allowed to have cool potatoes. Oh, so good. Meerkat says they may be tarnished, but they are also maidenless. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Go find your Erd tree, Meerkat. And this was the many times modified station that I think I originally built this out with the amethyst and the quartz and the purple. I know Izzy had a hand in modifying it so that this so you didn't have to get out of the cart. It does look like an Izzy stop, so I think Izzy added the double layer effect so that the minecart could do the thing it needed to do. But originally, I think I built the station with the purple stuff. Shut up, Ember Lantern. It was me. As you can see, though, there are a bunch of different offshoots along the tunnels that people have dug out to other places. Some of them have random nether portals in them. Some of them do not. And they're just sort of access into the nether around that spot. Ember Lantern, you're such a friggin' troll today. Ember Lantern says, I'm trying... so what I heard is you built it wrong and Izzy fixed it. Your cat says, I'm trying to keep my cat out of my pizza. It's hard mode. I bet you it's hard mode. Yeah, today, more than other days, is what I'm trying to say, Ember Lantern. You're in fine form today, is what I'm trying to say. The amount of fungus trees I cut down to put in these frickin' little and the amount of copper I mined, that's why that copper mine is so extensive for these copper stair pieces. It's because you have to go back to work tomorrow. Same. Yeah. You want potatoes to get some bone meal. I mean, if you listen to the Member Lantern. He says, there's some of that if you want some, I can get you some. I also I know you're nowhere near it, but back in the at the Sandstone Sanctuary in the food tower, in the farm tower, I have a bone meal generator set up. Not generator really. You just put a bunch of shit in the chest on top, and it automatically composts it into bone meal. That's fair. I'm nowhere near that spot right now anyway, so you're good. You're good. I'm guessing right now you're over by the Woodland Mansion. Last 2 days I've been really into wearing hats too. Like obviously I'm wearing one today. I wore like my Stetson style hat yesterday to the birthday party. And it was pretty cool. I don't often, especially when I have long hair, I don't wear them very much, but I did, and I probably will start wearing them again more because it brings me a little bit of joy. And it's cold outside, and I do enjoy wearing the Salesforce engineering beanie, but also sometimes I want to wear one of my more interesting hats. I think to work I may start wearing the hat I picked up in Ireland when I go into the office, especially if I'm wearing my winter coat. All right, so this takes us to good old New Bastardam, which I did a bit of updating ages and ages and ages ago. Like I updated the farm and everything. There's not really much that needs updating here. Peter and Alex built this mostly with a little bit of my help, but not much. You can see that's the teleporter shack. This is the place with the chicken fountain. We'll just go ahead and sleep next to the chicken fountain. Ember Lantern, you don't go into the office. But yeah, I figured you guys would love to hear the chicken fountain. You're on video occasionally. That's true, you are. DJ says, I'm like 2 minutes away from my bed. Okie dokie. We could just listen, you know what? Or, oh yeah, we'll listen to the chicken fountain. In the meantime, there's a few chickens in there. Just a couple of chickens. Just a couple of chickens. Just a couple. Need to put out the trash to the curb tonight because that was a thought that needed to be voiced out loud. Izzy, get into bed. Izzy. Few dozen hundred chickens, that's right. Let's grab a seed. No, I just wanted one seed. Hello, chickens. Chicken fountain. Why do I have one raw chicken on me? There, you can have that. And my inventory is instantly full of eggs. Oh god. Oh god. I'm being jostled back and forth. It's worse than the cows. It's worse than the cows, you guys. Oh my god. There's just a few feathers in here. Let's go drop off the eggs into the party headquarters. This chest is stoned. I love it. Craft is sword, bread and wheat, foodstuffs. And we had a series, I think, oh, it must be down. Must be downstairs. The lag is real. It's probably from the chicken fountain. Eggs. Eggs. That one's full. That one's not full. That one's pretty full. Let's use that. Lots of eggs. Lots of eggs. Do we have a... Let's just put this in the to be sorted. That's some chicken. I'm just going to add a chicken there. And add a raw beef. I don't know why I've got the raw beef, but you know what? They can have my extras. Alright. So, the next stop on the Nether rail, I did do some updating to. But I haven't updated the actual rail itself to make it more interesting, just the stop. So this leg of the Nether rail, this is how they were originally built. Way back when. A little chicken as a treat, that's right. I have a feather still. Oh, I have 2 feathers still. Not anymore. Good eyeball, Squishy. Good eyeball. So, you can see I've been along the rail here already, because you can see it on the map. But here's where the next station is. In the Nether Wastes, which I guess is this most of this biome. Skippy polluting the server. So it'll either despawn, or the next person that comes by on the rail, which could be me, to be honest, because I'm pretty much the only one that ever uses the rail, we'll pick it up, just because you're driving through it to just auto pick it up. So possibly polluting, possibly also just hilarious. Could just be hilarious, Squishy. Space Pickle says, I use the rail. Oh, do you? Nice. That's good to know. When I'm in the mood. Oh, yeah. The Nether rail mood. Amber Lantern says, I like to get... Amber Lantern! Squishy says that pollution is nothing to laugh about, Skippy. You guys. So maybe I will maybe I'll work on the Nether rail next. This leg of the Nether rail, and see what I can do to make it less boring. Eberlander says we laugh so we don't weep. That's right. That is true. That is true. So yeah, I don't know what I want to do specifically for this leg of rail yet. Maybe I should look at actual subway tunnels and model it after subway tunnels. That might be interesting. Squishy says, Skippy, when are you visiting my new home? That's a good question. That's a good question. I do not have the answer. Sooner rather than later would be my desire on that. So we should. I will I will try to remember to ping the channel, the group chat on Discord that we have for the trip, and we'll go from there. Meerkat says, "Can we unpack for?" Meerkat, I've been in this house for almost 3 years, and I am not unpacked. I still have some things in some boxes. I could help. That's true. I could help. That is accurate. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just a zombie piglin. No worries. Bye, guys. Your cat says, that's fair, but everything is in boxes. Squishy, why are you like this? Space Beagle says, I call them Ziglins. Listen, Squishy, I have been called a golden retriever on more than one occasion. Meerkat says, I'm walking around looking for the jacket that may have shelf pins in, maybe. Alright, so I don't know if you guys remember. I redid this one, I think, on stream. Izzy helps me so much with this kind of shit. It's so much fun working with Izzy. We sort of brought the desert theme in. This used to be glass floor with the lava underneath it. I like it with the columns much better, and it lights it up very, very well. The goodness of boys. Oh my goodness. I'm not a wolf. I'm not the... Sir? You're in the wrong dimension. But yeah, Izzy and I built this place. I think this is the flowers. These are the dust flowers, I think, that DJ was talking about. But yeah, so we've got this house. We completely redid the house that was here. There was a small, like, temple looking house that was here before. And then I found this style of house on the interwebs, and I modified it a little bit, but mostly just sort of rebuilt how it looked, and I really like it. Also, I redid this place quite a bit. All the lighting, it used to be netherrack with flames on it, and that kept starting fires. So I replaced all the netherrack with jack-o'-lanterns, as befitting the farm theme. And I redid the gate. I really like this gate. I really like how this front gate turned out. Really like it. We also added an ass load of beds to this village and did some repairing. This used to be a doorway in a tunnel that went out to there, but we filled that all in. And like, this is where I think all the beds went that were in my pyramid. They went into this village, and then the villagers just started multiplying like they do when there's enough beds. And so we put a bunch of job blocks in the buildings. Mine, not yours, mine. But apparently I need to find a bed, which is fine. Oh, he's in there. Villager in there. We got villager in here. This was the house that we built for us, but it's got a villager in the bed. It's got a villager in the bed. There was a bigger house that had a bunch of beds. Yep, I'm looking for a bed, DJ. I'm looking for a bed that isn't currently occupied by a villager. So far, I have not found one. Maybe in this house. Yeah. Oh my god, they're all full. You know what? Oh no, I put my extra bed in the freaking that one's taken up. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to kick somebody out of their bed. You said you're not near a bed? That's fine. You know what? I'm just gonna go run across. Anyway, we redid this, and there's a road out the other end of the village to unexplored areas, or less explored areas, I guess. Which could also just be explored and built on. Oh, there are beds in here. Good, good, good. Oh, that's right. So, like, if you go here, this is the village. I didn't explore it all, obviously, so there's still dark spots, but there's a road that goes out the back, a pathway, and then there's more stuff out here. Some of which has been explored, some of which has not been explored. And, you know, we got stuff here. There's stuff, you know. Stuff. No, okay. And, you know, more storage. Places to cook and build things. Places, you know, a little breakfast nook over here. Let's go into the nether. How big is the server? So... it's ridiculous. Hey, Cam, welcome on in. Good to see you. The server itself is a, you know, it's a 1U machine. It's about this wide, but it's only about that tall in a rack. But the world is, so when I moved when I moved spawn the first time, I added too many zeros to the coordinates. And the nether rail was originally built to link those two spawn points. The original one, which is where my sandstone sanctuary is, and Peter's in the battlement tower and all that stuff is, and the new spawn point, which is where the nether brick tower is. And then all these little stops are points in between on the map. The reason we built it in the nether was because space is physically smaller in the nether. For every 1 block you move in the nether, you move 9 blocks in the overworld. So you move a lot faster in the nether. So that's why we built it up near the roof of the nether. It took a lot fewer resources, and we had to deal, once we got up near the roof of the nether, up near the top of it, we hardly had to deal with any mobs at all. So, it is a huge world. It is a ridiculous world. Because of that original fuck up that I did. And hardly any of it has been explored over the 11 plus years that it's been around. Cam, I missed your face, and I'm glad to see you in chat. Also, Space Pickle made me and Izzy join a gang yesterday. So here, I think this one is going to the, hardly any of it has been exploded. That's true. Only small portions of the server have been exploded. That's true. So this part of the nether rail also hasn't been hasn't been decorated or made less boring yet. But we did redo the station at the current spawn point and created the rail that goes past it to the other the points beyond that were generated, that were explored by past server members. Cam, I hope your Sunday's going well. Today I discovered the wonder of smoked Gouda Triscuits. Cam says, dude, I cleaned up the soda cans and did laundry. Nice, yay! Congrats. Congrats. That is a win, and I am proud of you. And watch kittens be silly. Hell yeah. Your kittens are extraordinarily good at being silly. How many times have they knocked over their water dish today? The kittens say hi. Hi, kittens! 4 times. I was joking. Oh, no. Why? I bet you I know which one's doing it, too. Smack! Smack, smack! So, definitely redid this one. It used to have a bunch of soul sand and stuff in it, but when I updated it, I wanted it to look more like the Nether Brick Castle city that's right outside of the thing. Purple Tower, Green Silex Fortress, and villages. Yeah, Green Silex was a past co-worker of ours, of Ember Lantern and ours. And he and his son built quite a few structures. They haven't been on the server for frickin' ever. But let's go through here. Yay! Movie over off mobile. Yay! So this is the Nether Brick Castle's up there. I showed you that from far off. The spawn point is over there on that hill. We've got cool stuff. Cool stuff and things in here, and then if you go up the castle, there's more cool stuff and things up there. I do need to redo the foundation on this eventually. It is something that I need to do. Izzy says, "Oh, confirmed. 4 years I've been on the server / played Minecraft as of this week. Nice. I like this temple area. I'm also pretty proud of. I like the temple area." Treos, hello. But Izzy and I built this next part to go to the places that had been built beyond that. We can either go to left here for the Green Silex and Count Minecraft Fortress, or we could keep going. And to the right is the Purple Tower and some villages, and we could keep going. And to the left is the treehouse. And there are other points beyond as well. And we can keep going. And this is the Lost Forest, the end of it. But like, if you go, that goes down to the Nether Fortress. But like these, that one's right there. Let me get my, hold on, let me get my cart. But there are a couple of these legs that are much longer, these side legs. Like this one, the Purple Tower and Villages, this one goes quite a ways down. But we did a lot of this, Izzy and I. DJ says, BTW, I found some lapis, paper, and blank maps in a village. Nice. And we've got, yeah, so we've got, over here somewhere, there is a spawn point for the regular, not the zombie piglins, but the actual piglins. And you can always hear it over here. Like that. So yeah, those are the things that we've redone, or that I've redone. And then there was the library. The first building that wasn't mine, like that I originally redone, was the library. You need to sing while you're crafting like Jack Black does. No, thank you. I'm alright. I am going to go out the horse door, though. It's the horse door. One of the few redstone contraptions I've built. Because I find that just most of the stuff I need redstone for, redstone is not the best solution. For what I want to do. There are also a bunch of abandoned bases around here. For instance, that one under the water right there. And some of the stuff that Green Silex and his son had made back there. If you follow that road, there's another mostly underwater base as well that's abandoned. Treya says, come on, he sung about lava chicken. You can sing about chicken fountains. I don't think that I will. I can, but I don't wanna. Alright, let's hit the teleport hub. And let's go back to... Oh, God, mouse, why? What's the fastest way to get to... Alright, we're going to go to the gold apple, probably. It says, when you move spawn, folks built up around there, I assume? Yeah, they started to. I think there was a server issue that took the server down for a little while. So when the server went back up, there were a lot of those people never returned. A lot of the people that had been active no longer came onto the server very often. Or they moved over to the Bedrock server. We're going to use Izzy's quick little nether portal over here. Rather than I could run the road all the way over to the other side of the lake, which is where the library is, but I'm not going to do that right now. And where you are was the original spawn, right? Yes, that's correct. Over by the battlement tower. We're gonna go over here. That's the nether portal to Ember Lantern's lighthouse right there. Space Pickle says, I had fun making that portal, though it was kind of cool that it was sort of hidden. Which portal did I thought? The underwater one. Oh, I thought Izzy made that. That's cool. I'm glad that you made it, Space Pickle. Do I need... Oh, DJ found a doggo. If you can't tell, this hallway leads to Izzy's Amethyst Tower. Or her Amethyst Village, whatever. Amethystville. That's what it is. It's Amethystville. Oh no, DJ attacked the doggo accidentally! Only thing I did was stairs to hold back the water. Got it. Oh. Minecart! Behave! I have to replace this carpet. There we go. Those are frog lights behind that. How dare you? So this is actually the dungeon of the tower at Amethystville. But this is Amethystville. And you may wonder why, like, Skippy, why are you always talking about how great the things that Izzy builds are? I present evidence. Exhibit A. Exhibit A. You're welcome, Izzy. Let's go up to the rail. And I didn't even like highlight this tower that we're in. Library, Speakeasy, Mountain Home, and Unstable Stable. So there was a building that we later found out was also an Ember Lantern build. That Ember Lantern didn't even really remember making. But there's the tower that we just came out of, and then Amethystville is behind it. We want to go to the library. We don't want to go to the mountain home or the unstable stable. This tunnel up ahead is also Izzy's doing. Just fair warning. Ember Lantern built the library before I converted it. Yeah, I believe so. I believe that was Ember Lantern's. Ember Lantern said that fit their build style at the time. So they as far as they are aware, that was theirs. But this tunnel is Izzy's doing. Space Pickle says, yeah, I liked diving in to discover it, but it's cool this way too. You may notice at some point when we round a corner, you'll be able to see one of the roads I ran on recently on stream. Because the road is lit up and the railway is lit up. I also added supports to all this. Originally, the railway was just sort of levitating, but I added all these supports to the railway. There it is. There's the walkway over there. There's the library with the creeper face artwork in the stained glass. Izzy says, that's why I only did half of it. At the time, I was getting tired of fighting dolphins when they'd swim by and I was trying to get down. Ah. Now we are underground. Ooh, zombie, I hear you. So the basement wasn't here, really. The basement was... We're in the basement of the library right now. There was like sort of a hidey hole with a bed down underneath. And I expanded it into a full basement. This is the main floor. Some nice areas to read and look out. We've got tables as well for reading. Yeah, so this is the library. Izzy says I was using the purple ones. I got some inspiration off of the interwebs, but a lot of this is just my my brain meat design, like the archway, because there was some nether brick accents that I wanted to keep and run with, which I did in small areas. That's the entrance. And then we've got this stairway up as well. There's another floor. Sort of a balcony floor with more shelves. And another floor for being outside and reading. You can see, thanks to Bobby Mod, you can see the roadway over there. That's the road. I don't know if you could see it out of the back window, but the railway is back here. You can't really see it. Maybe over here. Yep, there's the railway that we came in on over there. And then you could follow the spiral staircase up. And there's an attic floor here with another balcony. And then there's one last floor up, which I haven't done a damn thing with. This is more, I guess, more of the attic. I did change the roof of the building. But yeah, so this is the library. It was originally a big old house that Ember Lantern had built. But I guess this is the first one that I got really complex with, at least compared to what I'd built in the past. Yeah. If you go out here to the roadway, these are frog lights. I built so I built the roadway. Oh, Jesus, I built a lot of roadway. But this roadway from here that way around, which will probably run on, has a whole lot of more complex structures, and the fencing is meant to be at least mildly interesting. And this goes around a large portion of the lake that Spawn sort of butts up against. The OG Spawn. You can see that I made sort of a trellis bridge over there. Trellis is still the wrong word, I think. I did that over there, and I went over one just now. Yep, you can see right there. That kind of bridge. What should I work on next? We found the Mines of Moria. Nice! Make sure to speak friend and enter. You can see that there are pedestals here holding up the bridge as well, but then out there I got a little bit fancier, and then I kept that design for quite a long way. And then there's the railway. The squish you hear randomly is me stepping on a frog light. So those fancier ones are underneath us. They've got sea lanterns and prismarine for accents. And then depending on the biome that I was building the roadway or bridge in, I changed up the accents to match the area that the roadways and bridges were going through. I kept it at mostly at the same elevation that the library is at. Like, for some reason, that's the elevation I went with. I just started at that one elevation, and I never really went up or down. So most of this ends up being very high up compared to most of the land. It's very much on a bridge, an elevated roadway, as it were. You can see from here that I changed over there to redstone lanterns and sandstone as that goes through a desert biome. As that leg of it goes through a desert biome. And I'm changing up the fencing material as it goes as well. And what the stuff that ends up in these diagonal bridges, or these diagonal archways, also changes with the biome. So I was figuring out a lot of stuff with accents and with how to change up, make things less samey over an extended period of time. I learned a lot about that when I built this. This is cut sandstone. Skippy is getting better at squats. It's true. There are signs all along this roadway that mostly Space Pickle has left. There's a couple that I left, but it's mostly Space Pickle that's left a lot of these signs. Izzy may have had a hand in a bunch of them as well. I used up quite a bit of deep slate on this, and of course quite a bit of stone. Skippy is wafer thin. Then you got different messages on the other side. Skippy stinks of elderberries, which is kind of rude. You could see Ember Lantern's Lighthouse Foundation up ahead. So we're almost already to there. So if we look at the map, what we're doing is taking it. This is the lake. So here's Battlement Tower right here. This part right here is Battlement Tower. Here's the underwater area. Here's Space Pickle's underwater castle. Here's Peter's Gigantor basement. Here's my pyramid and sandstone sanctuary. Here's the contact thing. Golden Apple, the pagoda is all here. So you can see this lake goes quite a ways around. Here's the library right here. And if you follow the rail over here, here's Amethystville. And here's the big tower that we were in and took the rail from. So just even around original spawn, there's still so much to explore. Oh, and these with the supports that we're on right now, once we get down to ground level, which is coming up here, I want to show those off because those are accented differently as well. I mean, this is where we come down to mostly the normal ground level to meet up with the lighthouse. But here we've got jack-o'-lanterns faced inward, but they're still giving off light. And we've got copper that is slowly going to tarnish and be green to match the grass of the fields in this biome. That's the plan. Again, that farmy look. That over there is the nether portal. And it looks like Ember Lantern grew some jungle trees out here. And some cherry blossom. Contributing to the delinquency of a miner is the mine. Welcome, friends, to Gray's Place. And that's the foundation is out there. I'm excited to see what happens. Gray doesn't give them... Ember Lantern does not give themselves enough credit. And then we take the road farther back. Oh, that's why that's starting to hurt. I had the headphones resting on the top button of the cap. So it was getting pushed down into my skull. Izzy's not lying. Izzy has an ass load of frog lights. Also, yeah, there's a bridge over some larvae. Oh, look, skeleton horse. That's not terrifying. I've got one of those up at the Nether Brick Castle. I am, as soon as I get near a bed, you guys, I will get into bed. Yeah, I built all this road. I like to build roads. I think I may focus after all this. Oh, I hear you, zombie. And spider. I may focus on that tunnel. the nether rail tunnel. Go back this way. Yeah, I'm getting to a bed. I think there's one in the pagoda. Because there is there one in the golden apple? Hold on, I think there might be one in the golden apple. I just have to go upstairs. And I have to figure out how to go. Oh, it's around. I have to go around here and go up. Maybe there's not a bed up here. Oh, I guess I messed that up. Alright, oh, that's the teleporter. I guess we'll just head back to the Sandstone Sanctuary. Yeah, I'll be sleeping in a moment. Sorry. You know what? Actually, I could just go into the nether real quick. I'll just go into the nether real quick. Don't fret? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm kind of built for fretting, though. I'm kind of a fretter. It's all good. All right, DJ. I'll take your word for it. And this will allow me to go buy the new turtles, the new turtle pond that we built. That I do love very much. Yay, turtle pond, turtle and fishy pond. So awesome. There we go. Relax, take a seat, put your feet up, and enjoy the melody. What's that from? That's a movie quote. It's a music quote. Okay. Check on the eggs. Hey, zombie. Bye, zombie. Smash from the Offspring. Alright, gotcha. I think I have that CD. Do you guys want to... DJ, do you want to show off what you're working on? Man, okay, no worries. Alright, then I know it's been just under 2 hours, but I think I'm going to call it there. I think I've decided what I want to do next. DJ has a cool lush cave under them at least. That's awesome! That's awesome. Unless you want to see the new cave. I do, but I think I'll wait till later. I have spent all day in front of the computer trying to fix No Man's Sky, and I think I'm at my limit. So I think we're gonna call it here, you guys. Everybody, chat. Thank you for coming by. I'm sorry this was a short stream. I intended it to be a longer one, but today sometimes that's just how things go, I guess. So, yeah. I had a fantastic time showing off the stuff and figuring out what I wanted to do next in Minecraft. And I'm gonna go, and I will probably at some point check out different kinds of tunnels designs. Izzy says No Man's Sky is full of bugs without your computer. That's true. It won't even load up. It's so buggy it won't even load up. And I will try to remember to put a message in that chat room for the trip up north. Thank you for coming, everyone. Oh, there's messages in the game. Hold on. All right, you're probably log off too. All right, DJ, have a good night. Remember, everyone, you got to do the outro. You've been watching on twitch.tv. Stream almost perfectly coincides with kid bedtime. Sorry, Mosher. You've been watching on twitch.tv/SkipperJ, where I stream every Tuesday and Thursday around 9 p.m. Eastern and one day on the weekend, like today. If you want to support, 1 week later, those videos go live on YouTube at youtube.com/SkipperJ, where they're grouped by game into playlist and ordered chronologically, so you can watch a playthrough from beginning to end, assuming number 1, I finished the game, and number 2, the game can be finished. Thanks for coming, Cam. No, Malort, Mosier. No, that's evil. If you'd like to support me, Mosier has kindly done the exclamation point support in chat on stream, or if you're watching this video later on a service like YouTube or somewhere else, you could head over to davidmcrampton.com and you know, do things there and see the support links there. Space Pickle says, if the game can't be finished, it's in limbo. Yeah, your face is in limbo, Space Pickle. Bam! Thank you all so very much for hanging out tonight. And remember, even when tunnels, you're awesome. And you've got this.